Coming up in this episode of Sailing Gemini, we leave Brighton for the Isle of Wight. The journey started off with a nice motor sail and not very much wind around, and then a major problem strikes.
We've just switched the engine off now and we could have went far or anything. Look at this.
Christ, that's swimming.
That is a lot of fuel.
Morning, Dave.
Good morning.
What date?
Time to leave.
What date is it today? The 18th?
I don't know what date it is. I know it's Thursday.
It's a big dredger.
Big dredger.
And we're leaving Brighton.
Yep, for the Isle of Wight.
The Isle of Wight for a few days anchoring.
Yeah. So we can't wait to get on anchor. So hopefully it's a good smooth anchor.
Well, I don't think it's going to be
Apparently there's a lot of jet skis and
yeah.
motorboats during the afternoon. And then at night time it fills out. So
yeah, but Brighton was good, wasn't it?
yeah.
Facilities are good, there's lots about. Town's not too far away. Yeah? Good?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So yes, how long are we going to take today?
8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours.
And it's going to be a hot one, isn't it?
It's getting hot already. And it's not even, I don't know what time it is, about 8 in the morning.
8 o'clock. Dave's going to have his bikini on later.
Yeah.
Just for you viewers.
Can't wait. We've left Portsmouth, Brighton. We've left Brighton about an hour now, and we've had an hour of nightmare with Halsey. Constantly just going off course, and we've like been resetting the compass and hitting the one downstairs and stuff like that. And it's just going round in circles, so we don't know what's going on with it. There's a few pots around as well, and it said there was going to be wind, but at the minute there's nothing. Got the head sail out. And no wind. We're doing 5 knots at the minute, and the tide's just starting to change now. And we should be in at about 4:30, 5 o'clock maybe. How's the gas?
Fine, yeah.
Is it alright, yeah? We had a problem with our gas, didn't we? The wee cheap ones.
Yeah.
Don't buy cheap gases. Helen's just getting boiling water for the dishes, so we don't have to do them when we get in, which will be good. Yeah, it was good in Brighton. Town was massive, but we just had so much stuff to do in the boat to get ready to go to anchor that we only got to see some of it as well, so one of them things. Halsey seems to be working at the minute. Maybe she likes putting her tinfoil jacket on, maybe that's what it is. Do you? I've got my the solar shower bag ready, so we're gonna leave it out in the sun tomorrow and get the big solar shower fired up. Get Helen using it. Oh, the wind's just picking up a little bit there. Just got off course a little bit there. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that before, but literally a whole hour of the stopping, starting, going round circles. It's never been that bad. Usually you turn it off and turn it back on, and then it'll like reset the compass or whatever it is. But yeah, pain in the butt. And the wind speed's not on at all because there's no wind, so I don't know what's going on with that. It's not even telling us the wind direction. Flat seas, beautiful. It's about 20 degrees probably already. Got another sailing boat just coming behind us at the minute, and he's got his head sail out, but in the exact same path as us. Only he's probably motoring a little bit quicker than us. I don't like to push the engine. We could get another like knot probably if I wanted, but it sits comfortable at this. Yeah, the most wind we've had is about 2.5 knots. The head sail's still up at the minute, but yeah, it's been doing a little bit of flapping as usual, and the seas are nice and flat. The sun's just starting to come out. It's just so relaxing being up here when the engine's running as well, away from it for a bit. It starts to do your head in. So I just thought I would, we never really chat about like us living on board together and stuff like that, and I just thought I would, you know, mention a few things like when you have like an argument and stuff. And people probably know this as well, whenever you're like in a caravan or camper van or boat, whatever, when you have an argument you're in a very small space. so you need to try and put it behind you as fast as possible. And usually with us, like this morning we argued over the tiller because it kept on going off the auto helm, and Helm saying I'll steer, and I said it's alright, it's fine, I'll do it. So what we generally do is we just don't speak for about an hour at least, and then about an hour later then Helm's like, do you want a cup of coffee? And I'm like, yeah, cheers, and then that's it, done. But everyone argues when you're on board. We've seen so many people coming in and they're like shouting at each other, no, put the fenders on that side, no, put the ropes on that side. So you do get quite a lot of stuff like that. People's under pressure coming in the marinas and leaving and stuff as well, and anchorages and all that, so you can understand where it comes from. But yeah, I just thought I would mention what it's like, because it's not like perfect all the time and stuff, so you just need to get on with it basically. And when you just look at the water and you think how privileged you are, when people sitting in an office right now and we're sailing around the United Kingdom, weather like this, I complain when the motor's on and the motor's sailing as well, but we should be grateful that we're doing it. And we just love people commenting and getting new subscribers and feedback, and we're wanting to do cooking on board.
So David yesterday got himself a couple of new friends, although I'm not holding out much hope, to be fair, that he's going to keep them alive. But you know, you never know, he might have green fingers and surprise us all. So here he is.
Hey!
So,
I'm the green man!
So have you named them, David?
Well, this is Basil.
Basil rather than Basil.
This is Basil. This is going to be part of my Keith Floyd cooking show. I've got wine, I've got the plant, I'm ready to go. I've got a one burner stove.
And what's the other one called?
So this one here is coriander.
Well, I don't think the names are very inventive.
Okay then. Jimmy and Fred.
We've already got a Fred on board, Dave. We don't need another one.
Fred and Mary. I need to water them. Look at this one. Is this meant to be like this?
That's what I told you yesterday. That's what coriander does.
Oh.
She's just very floppy.
Well, I'm going to call them the babies.
David's babies.
My babies. Could you put my babies out in the sun, please?
As I say, I don't. Well, I'll keep you informed on how many days Dave manages to keep them alive.
I think the babies will do well.
I'm having nothing to do with this, by the way.
We have no salad. This is our salad to do us for 5 days on anchor.
So where are you putting them?
I'm going to put one on each side so they can look at each other. Oh, I can't see the other.
No, you can't see the little hole.
Halsey likes a wee bit of green.
I thought you said you were going to water them.
I am getting water now. They're quite dry.
Are they dry?
I don't know.
No, it's not dry.
Is it not?
The basil isn't. No, they're fine.
I watered them yesterday with a hose.
Yeah, they're fine. See, he's going to drown them.
Do you ever see them cooking shows? You do this, and then you go. You ever see them? And they're like.
No, I don't.
Or they go like that, and it lands on it, on like TikTok.
I think you'd need a sharper knife than that.
You do, like, I'm just saying. I'm not going to try it. Not in the boat's moving like this. No, that's my version of it. Like.
Oh my god.
Onion, chop, 2 ends off. Feed the fish.
Don't think you should be doing that.
What, feeding the fish? Should you not? Why?
Some people don't like it, do they?
What, putting an onion in the sea?
Well, I don't know. They say not to put anything overboard, even food.
So it's okay for fishermen to put bait into the crab pots?
It's a fine chopping skill you got there, babe.
Yep. Trying to hold on to this onion. Done.
Perfect job.
Do we need any coriander? I'm not touching the babies, they're just to look at.
So Dave's just checked the engine because he could smell fuel. And yeah, we have a fuel leak.
Big fuel leak.
Big fuel leak.
We've just switched the engine off now, and we could have went in fire or anything. Look at this.
Christ, that's swimming.
That is a lot of fuel. So I think it might be coming out of the pump. I'm hoping we can tighten the pump up and get in safe with it, because that's just a lot of fuel at the minute. Good job I checked that. I know when I smell the engine what smell it usually is.
Yeah.
I smell fuel.
Okay, so very hot David's gonna just show us the engine and hopefully
some amount of fuel out of that, you know. It was crazy. Oh. Yeah, it's so hot down in here at the minute as well. It's a hot day, and obviously the engine as well. So, can't really see it there, but the side of the pump, the very bottom, it was dripping down here while spraying. So, I think maybe the seal might be gone. So what I've done is I've just cleared all the fuel and everything up, and I've tightened it the best I can. I don't want to thread it and over tighten it. And then I've put a nappy below it, so I'm hoping it's maybe just a small drip, and then when we get in we can replace the seal itself. But at the minute I've got most of the fuel out, but there's a lot of fuel in the back as well. The whole boat smells of fuel. Just crazy how something can go wrong within half an hour or whatever it is. When I smelled the fuel the first time, I probably should have been in there, you know, at least I know from now if I smell fuel, you know. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, when we start it, if it's just a little drip, it'll drip under the nappy.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But with that amount of fuel, it's just
it's
too much. Yeah. So.
Well, fingers crossed.
Oh.
Fingers crossed.
Right, here we go. Get all this cleared out and we'll try it. Yeah, it's stopped the fuel spraying, but it's constant drip at the minute. If it drips like that, I'll be happy enough till we get in. And every hour we'll stop the engine and we'll take the nappies out and then put a clean one in. So we've got about 3 hours to go and it's still leaking fuel. I've tightened it up. It's went from spraying to a constant drip. So I've put a nappy underneath it, and the nappy was only down about 25 minutes and it was saturated before. So I'm just going to keep changing them. Turn the engine off in case I get dragged into the flywheel. Turn the engine off, stop it, change the nappy, start it again. I've just found a pump and new seals and stuff downstairs, so at least when I get into the anchorage, if we get into the anchorage, I can change the seals and that should be it. Good to go again, hopefully. Had a sandwich instead of having a quesadillas because I couldn't face cooking down there when this was going. So Helen just made like a quick sandwich before. But yeah, it's going to be a long 3 hours now going in like this. The wind's just, there's no wind at all. So if the engine packs in, then it's going to be a lifeboat job, I think. So yeah, it's not good. Nightmare. So we had the engine on for another 25 minutes as it was dripping, and the drip got heavier and heavier, and then I went down, looked in the bilge, and it was like that deep in fuel, a lot. So we decided to think quick, turn the engine off, and we had just like 1 or 2 knots of wind, and we whacked up the sails. So we're wing on wing at the minute, but we're sailing. We've got 3.3 knots. Now the tides will be changing against us about a knot. So yeah, we've quite a way to go to get into the anchorage still. But at least the engine's off and the fuel's not spraying. Once we get on the anchor, then it'll give me a chance to strip it and have a look at the seals and stuff. See if we can get it fixed. So yeah, except for that, so, yeah, we just want to get into the anchor, don't we?
I'd say as long as the engine's off and we're moving, I think that's the main thing. Because I say we're not in a hurry.
We're not in a hurry now.
You know,
it's a nice day.
It's a nice day. It's flat.
Yeah, and we're going to have to turn the engine on again eventually to go into the anchorage and stuff, aren't we?
Yeah.
But we're going to sail as much as possible, aren't we?
That's what it's all about. We're sailors.
It's just the, you know, if it dies off the wind, then we're in trouble, do you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. So.
Well, it hasn't at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 3.8 there, darling.
Yeah, 2 knots of tide.
What?
That's
I'm
what I'm
trying to be positive. You're being as negative as possible.
Well, I've just been in the engine room cleaning for the last 2 hours, back and forward, so that's why I'm a bit like that. Do you know what I mean? Clattered and fuel from head to toe.
Breathe, counts 10.
Breathe!
There's a marker boy right in front of us there.
Oh, shit.
You want to go right?
Just an update. I'm still wing on wing at the minute. Yeehaw! And lucky enough, we haven't had to put the engine on. Otherwise, I'd be down there cleaning the fuel. Yeah, we just went pretty close there to a motorboat behind us. Starting to get busy, as you can just see boats everywhere in the distance, come behind us, over towards Portsmouth. It's absolutely mad. But no, it's nice, the sun's out shining and we're just tickling along. And then we know then for the last half an hour, hopefully maybe not half an hour, like 10 minutes maybe, we can put the engine, drop the sails quick, put the engine on and get into the anchorage as fast as possible and try and find somewhere, get the anchor down. And then in the morning, I'm not going to do it today, I'll get up first thing in the morning and get stuck in, strip it. So much for me going swimming and enjoying myself in this anchorage. Hopefully the seal's easy enough to do, it should be. I know there's just one bolt in the middle and then take it out and then it's like a red seal goes onto it. Hopefully that's what it was. It was dripping out of there anyway, spraying top and bottom, so that needs done anyway, even if it wasn't that. But I can't believe how much fuel came out. That's a lot of fuel to pump out, isn't it? You know, with the amount that was in there. The bucket that I have at the minute, it's like, I think it's just under half full of diesel.